Welcome back, comic book nerds and otakus!
I'm your shoujo webtoon fanatic, Zaria.
And I'm your friendly neighborhood game dev, TJ. And this is Off Panel,
where we talk about all things anime
and all things comics, just off panel.
So today we're going to be talking about Recorded by Arizal. Recorded by Arizal is Roster Teeth's newest series. You might know Roster Teeth from Ruby. So Recorded by Arizal follows Arizal, who's voiced by Christine Marie Cabanos, a teenager in a far future city of Mactaba. She wants to be a recorder, someone who is designated to head into the world and explain life beyond the city limits to its residents. And this series is made up of her application videos to become part of the recorder program. So, in Recorded by Arizal, it's surrounded by the question, is becoming a record keeper everything that Arizal hopes it's gonna be? So it's like a prelude to the story that I assume will be about Arizal as actually being a record keeper. So, the creator is also a Roster Teeth animator, Patricia Isa Badiola. So, in Recorded by Arizal, it tries to integrate some Filipino culture, sometimes simply through words like tita, tito, and ate. And as a fun fact, Arizal's VA, voice actor, is Christine Marie Cabanos, and she is also of Filipino descent. She actually, for her more well-known roles, she dubs as Squid Girl from Squid Girl, Madoka from Kuela Magi Madoka Magica, and Sailor Saturn in Sailor Moon, and Mako from Kill la Kill, among others. So, in an interview with Isa, the creator, she is actually both excited and kinda terrified about incorporating Filipino culture because I believe she was born and raised in America, so she feels more American than Filipino. And through Recorded by Arizal, it's kind of like she's able to connect more to her Filipino side and learn or relearn things about the Philippines, which should be both foreign and familiar to her at this point. So, in the creation of Recorded by Arizal, she seems to have absorbed the influence of legendary Pixar animator and director Pete Docter, and his maxim, write what you want to learn, which is tied in to the essence of Arizal because she wants to learn more about the world. And that's basically the key to the whole story, her curiosity and her thirst for adventure.
I like that, like as a philosophy for writing the show, because that also fits with what they said their like main character arc, or like the main like theme of the show that they're tackling for like this part in Recorded by Arizal, where it's like how sure are you that I remember correctly what they said, I'm just paraphrasing, but like it's like how sure are you that the life you're choosing to lead is the life that you want to have like in the future? And that's like what you said earlier, right? When you were describing like the synopsis of the show, and
is it like everything she hopes it's gonna be?
I think that's also really relatable for Filipinos, especially because a lot of Filipinos are unsure what they want to be when they grow up, and then like a lot of them like just get told to be a doctor, be an engineer, usual jobs that they that people like Filipino families usually encourage their so I think it
like
you're gonna say
it's like usually Filipino children just follow whatever their parents tell them to be, because like sometimes they're a line of doctors or sometimes they're a line of lawyers, and then that's like they're gonna continue with something like that.
So I feel like that's really good theme to base a show around, that's trying to explore like Filipino culture and stuff like that. So I think a lot of Filipinos will like that about the show and connect with it through that feeling that the show is going for with it. Okay.
Especially like the teenagers and the kids.
Because
like I actually think I saw a study that said before that most children or most teenagers don't have a dream anymore about like what they want to be in the future. They're just kind of coasting along.
Oh, what was that study from? I'm actually
I'm not sure. I just saw it in the passing whenever I'm scrolling down
okay.
Twitter or Facebook. I didn't check it out completely.
So yeah, moving on with your notes on the show. Is there any other?
The animation?
Yeah. Anyway, we can talk about the animation. I really
So
like
cute.
how the animation is done. Like, I remember when I first saw it, because like before we actually had to do like the Buwan ng Wika themed like episode, and I just came across it on Twitter one day while like scrolling through my feed looking for art things to do, and then found it on my timeline. It was recommended to me on my timeline, and I saw the video, and then I was like, well, first off, the first thing that really caught my attention was how it's, you know, it's just kind of weird just to hear something, to hear a recognizably Filipino voice coming out of a character from a Western animation. Like, yeah, it's so surreal that we can have things like that now. Because I don't think there've been many, if at all, any characters that were like that before in Western animation. So I thought it was like really cool, like hearing that. And then the animation was really smooth, and then I really like how expressive it was. And I remember like looking in the comments, and then one of the people said that the animation was a bit too exaggerated for the delivery of the lines. But then like I was like, but if you look at the Filipino person talking, even though they're actually extremely animated, so it fits very perfectly with how the character with the character and how she should act when she's talking.
Yeah, and she's supposed to be like an excitable teenager, I think. So, like, even in telenovelas, we see people like moving their hands so much whenever they're talking, and in real life too.
Yeah.
So, like, whenever they're making cuento or proving a point. So, I think it's perfect.
Yeah, even like the most serious people, I've like the super serious teachers I've seen, like in through all the schools I've been to. They're still animated. They're still very expressive in how they move and talk, and I feel like they really captured that Filipino like attitude in expressing oneself through the animation.
Yeah, and I also like the colors and the background. They look so like relaxing and so cute at the same time. And the way they designed Arizal's room, it looks kind of like it's kind of more connected to like nature and exploring things as compared to like the futuristic city it's supposed to be set in. I think that's like a nice touch also.
Yeah, that's really nice. Actually, I until you said it, like, even though like I watch like I watch videos about, like, I watched like a podcast about the show. I didn't know it was set in the future, actually.
I searched it up. It's supposed to be in the future.
Yeah, I mean, like, now that you've said it, looking at the background, it's kind of obvious actually from like the design of the room and like the space age stuff that she's hanging, the space age plant holders that she has on a strong.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's way obvious now that you've mentioned it, and I really like it when a show goes for a unique look like this, like, because they could have easily just said it in something that looks like the real world, but then they went the extra mile and did like this. It looks like the future, but it's not like, you know, the generic everything looks like chrome or like super advanced, you know, or something like that. It's its own look, especially since well, I haven't seen the other areas, but then like judging from how they integrated like nature into her room, I wonder if they do stuff like that in other parts of the city.
Oh yeah, maybe.
Yeah, maybe, and I feel like that works well since the Philippines, of course, tropical country, and then we also do a lot of like in our, I'm not sure what you call that part of the road, but in like EDSA, there's like a part that goes down underneath like a wall, and then there's like plants all over the walls. Yeah, like in
like under the highways and stuff.
Yeah. So I like that as a look for like a future Philippines. Is there anything else that you want to discuss about the show?
Well, I just want to say, like, I think it's a really nice little thing that the creator Isa is doing, because like it brings more exposure to the culture of the Philippines in something that might get even a lot of attention because, well, one, it's from Roster Teeth, and two, it's like animated so nicely, so cutely, and like I think a lot of people would like to watch something like that.
Yeah, actually, I when I found I think it was posted by the creator on Twitter. So like the clip, right? And then I followed her on Twitter right after I saw the clip, and then like she's already like getting fan art for like the show. Like I saw her about it, and it's really nice that we can share our culture like this on the internet like that in like such a big way with like Rooster Teeth. I think it's gonna be really good for like cultural exchange.
Yeah, it is. And I just realized this Rooster Teeth, and I've been saying like Roster Teeth, whatever. It's okay.
Yeah. I was wondering.
Oops, I missed that O. I missed that O. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I should have said something, but I thought
you thought it was funny. No, I can't.
No. I should have said something. Sorry.
No, it's okay.
Okay. Moving on from recorded by Arizal, there's actually something that's tangentially related that I wanted to bring up, and the voice of Arizal, Christine Marie Cabanos, is actually also the voice of another character who's inspired by Southeast Asian culture in a video game created by a Filipino Burmese game developer called Indivisible. So this developer, he's Filipino Burmese. He's one of the developers who worked on the game, and he wanted to bring a lot of Southeast Asian culture, like the myths, monsters, and stuff like that, into their RPG game to give it like to really sorry, how do I say this, to like share like this culture with the world and like give the game like this unique look. And I really like the look of Indivisible. Indivisible, sorry, I should have given a background. Indivisible is developed by the same people who work on Skullgirls. So it's this 2D animated
action RPG.
Yeah, action RPG game. And thanks to like the really nice art style of the artists from Skullgirls, and then like this mixture of like different Southeast Asian cultures like India, Thailand, and other countries in Southeast Asia, like the Philippines, of course, they were able to develop like this really unique look, in my opinion. And like they took inspiration from all these different cultures to create like their own like culture, of course, in universe. And looking at the character designs, especially the character I'm gonna be highlighting, the character that's voiced by the voice actress who voices Arizal. Her name is Nuna, and if you were to Google her character and like look at her character design, it's very unique, and you can tell that it's from like a Southeast Asian country, but then you can't really quite place which one it comes from. And I think that's a really cool thing that's really cool, because they were able to take all of these different cultures and make it their own while still being able to like showcase like the different things that are unique and like cool about cultures like India, Indonesia, and the Philippines. What do you think? What do you think?
What do I think about the game?
Yes, what do you think about the game?
Okay, so I actually watched the trailer and the animated opening. I find both of them to be really nice and relaxing. Like, the OST makes it feel really nice and relaxing, and it features well-animated scenes with like a really lively animation, because a lot of it has fighting scenes and transformation scenes and stuff like that. And I just want to say I really love the soundtrack with the opening animation because actually if you listen to it, it's kind of reminiscent of the one of the Nier Automata OST with the female singing in the background. It has the same kind of vibe, but then when you're watching it with the different characters and powers influenced by Southeast Asian mythology and other cultures, it becomes like this, some sort of surreal and really fantasy. Oh my god, I don't know what to say.
I get what you mean. Like, it's
it has like a surreal feel and a fantasy feel to it, and it makes it like look like a really fun adventure game.
Yeah, and since it's taken from like so many different cultures that don't really get represented that much in like Western media, it gives you people who it really gives you a unique new adventure to go through, because like people most likely haven't seen things that look like this monster in the game, who I think it's based off of Thailand mythology. It's a floating head of a woman, and then underneath is just anything from the neck down is just like the internal organs. And like I'm sure most people from the West yeah.
I haven't even seen it, but I think it's kind of freaky.
Yeah, it is, but it looks nice. The art style, but yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's one of the enemies in game, and I'm sure like the different like looks of the temples and like stuff that they have in this game, and then like being filled with like these different types of monsters. It looks so unique and different from what people in the West would be used to, and I feel like that would really draw them into the game, because it's like a unique new adventure. Like you said, it's like a very different look.
Yeah, it's really unique. And actually, as a fun fact, it was actually nominated for character design in game original role-playing at the NABGTR Awards, and it's got like generally favorable reviews according to Metacritic, and it's been praised for its art style, animation, music, and combat.
Oh, it's cool. I didn't know about that actually. It's really well earned because of how well they really all the care they put into this game. You can really tell that they really wanted to give a unique experience, not only in the look and feel of the game, but also in the gameplay. They also tried to do something different with this type of RPG gameplay. I really like how they even found an in-game reason for why you can only see the main character, and every other party member, no matter how big your party is just like traveling with this one like person. I thought it was really cool.
They have an in-game reason.
Yeah. And the in-game reason is that every other party member on your team gets taken into this like inner realm within the character, and because of that, main character can travel around, and everybody just like lives inside this other realm inside of her. So they just pop out into existence, and then they fight, and they go back when you need to travel.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and it works really well with the gameplay, and I really like how it looks when you approach an enemy. Like, you've seen the gameplay, right? When like you're just like platforming through the level, and then when you hit an enemy, then the battle just explodes, and it doesn't even change like the area you're fighting in. I really like that. It's unique from other RPG games because you stay in the area you are. So wherever you find the monster, that's where you're actually fighting. It's not like an approximation of the area you're fighting in. It gets thrown in.
Yeah.
To trigger an encounter.
It doesn't even change it to like a general look of the area. It's just the same place.
Yeah.
Completely.
Oh yeah. So because I was like rambling on earlier, I wanted to just mention the guy I was talking about, Alex Ahad. He's the creative art director from Lab Zero Games. So Lab Zero Games is the people who worked on Skullgirls and the people who worked here on Indivisible. And from one of his interviews, he was actually like really interested in adding in a lot of like Filipino monsters. But to my knowledge, I don't think any, if at all, got in from like the Filipino mythology. Because like scrolling through the enemy list on the wiki, and I couldn't find any like manananggal or stuff like that. But it was something they were considering putting in. I actually have like the list of from shacknews.com, the list of monsters he was interested in adding from like from Filipino mythology. They were looking at manananggal, tikbalang, spugot, and other Filipino.
Oh.
Yeah, I thought it would be really cool to have like some of them in, but I think it's because creatures like the manananggal, a lot of different versions of that exist throughout Southeast Asia, not to mention the world. So,
Okay.
a lot of overlap between different cryptids and creatures, so that whatever they ended up with probably is a mix from different cultures. Like, for example, the creature I mentioned earlier on the wiki, like I said earlier, it was based on like a Thai mythology, right? But on the wiki, it's like in the on the description and then like in the comments, there was like different citations of different cultures. Like I think one of them was Indonesia, and I think because Southeast Asian countries are all like near each other, a lot of cultural exchange happens, and different myths is called different names in different places. So whatever they ended up with in the game, I don't doubt that it's not just like exactly copied from mythology. It's something they might have mixed with other similar mythological creatures as well.
That's pretty cool.
But yeah, I just wanted to bring that up because like any like Filipino representation in media's like in media from the West is like really cool to see that someone thought of like including something from our country all over here, all the way here from like the other side of the planet. And I think that's really cool, and especially something to celebrate since it's Bandang Wika this month.
Yeah. As an additional news about Indivisible, on July 17, 2020, it was announced that the game will have an animated adaptation. It's currently in development and will be released on the Peacock streaming service. And the series will be produced by DJ2 Entertainment and Legendary Television.
That's really cool. I really like the. Like, I haven't played Indivisible. I want to, and like eventually I'll probably get it. But whenever that show comes out, I'll definitely watch it.
Yeah, because I can't wait to see how they animated it, and I just think it'll just be really interesting. Just like how the whole premise of the game is really interesting.
Yeah, it is, right? It's very very different. I really wanna get to know the lore and like how all their powers work.
So today we're going to be reviewing the first episode of the Hakusho, or more commonly known in Filipino or in the Philippines as Ghost Fighter. So
or
the
Ghost
reason
Fighter. Ghost Fighter.
It's not a new anime, but the reason why we're reviewing it is because it's Bandang Wika, and Ghost Fighter is really close to the hearts of many Filipinos. Memes still circulate to this day of the Filipino dub.
Yes, it's very popular of people from all generations in the Philippines, even though
Actually,
how old it is, just because of the Tagalog dub. And
yeah, the Tagalog dub is so deep.
We really wanted to highlight that today and share our thoughts about it.
Okay, so we watched the first episode of Ghost Fighter in the Tagalog dub. So I actually had a little bit of a qualm with the way the mics of the voice actors were. It was emitting static throughout the first episode. I was like, wait a minute, the audio isn't even clean.
Yeah. I remember back then, like, because like I follow a lot of VAs on YouTube, and one of them explained how like dubbing worked back in like the early days, and like we hear all this static and like these weird deliveries of lines, because like it was such a new thing. Like dubbing didn't really exist until we started importing like anime, right? So a lot of companies that did it just they just gave it like some random company and told them, okay, change the script, make sure it fits within like the lip
flaps,
and then like stuff like that. So for like it's really like you and me, we know like this stuff goes into it, and like we understand why it's like that, even though like we're kind of annoyed by like the sudden changes in sound or the background noise. But like I hope that's something we can like share to people who are listening here, who are fans of like anime, whether they watch it subbed or dub, and like understand like how much work actually goes into dubbing, and like how in the early days, like a lot of these things like got through because of just how
foreign the concept.
Yeah, how early the industry was. Yeah, in that the concept.
So like, while it was really comical with some of the line deliveries and such, we can forgive that. And like, I just want to say how funny it is for me, because I've watched it in Japanese, the original, like 2 times, and it was just so funny for me to see the name changes and like the way they were acting, because, well, for one, like most of the main characters have like new or different names. For example, Yusuke became Chi, Kuwabara became Alfred, Kurama became Denise, which is funny because they thought Kurama was a girl until he turned into his demon form, and everyone was like, oh wait, it's a dude. So they changed his name to Dennis. Yeah. And I think Hiei was Vincent. Yeah.
Can I just say how much cooler what was Kuwabara, right? How much cooler of a name Kuwabara is than
Alfred.
I mean, nothing against the name Alfred. I mean, it just has a different sound to it.
It just hits different.
It just hits different, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, go.
And then like, it's kind of funny because DJ, you just watched it now, right? You know the small old lady with purple wavy hair.
Purple wavy hair? Wait.
Okay, I don't remember her.
Wait. Are you referring to the witch looking character?
Yes.
Okay, I might just be Wait. I'm remembering the scene wrong because I thought she had like blue hair. I don't know what I was looking at.
Oh wait, no, that's not her.
That's not her.
The witch is someone else. Might be.
Oh, well, then they weren't in the first episode.
Yeah, they weren't in the first episode.
In the first episode, no.
Okay. Anyway, that person, I forgot their actual name for it because I watched the girl fight for 1 hour and 20 minutes. Okay, so I forgot their actual name.
Okay.
But in the dub, their name is Jeremiah. And it's kind of funny.
Wait, I thought that was a
It's a girl. That's why. The voice in the Tagalog dub is an old man's voice. And when that old lady had a younger form, they just kept the old man's voice, and I'm just like,
wait. I have a question. Is this the Tagalog dub?
They just kind of went all in, you know?
No. Which dub is this? Is this the actual Tagalog dub, or is it the one that's on the internet?
What, the old man?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the actual Tagalog dub.
Okay. Because they also did that in the other one, the other party. By the way, don't people who are watching this right now, don't when you look for the Tagalog dub, you have to show. Be careful because they don't actually label which one's the parody one. They don't label it, so they don't. And when I first found it, like when my friends were showing it to me on the school bus ride home when I was like in grade school, I thought it was the actual Tagalog dub, and I was so confused.
Oh my god!
They don't label it. I mean, if you were to watch like the video, it's clear because they have like Windows Movie Maker effects on top of some part of the scenes. But it's in parts, so if you didn't watch the whole thing, you might actually think that that's the Tagalog dub. Like if you only saw a clip. So like, just to be clear, us here on this show off panel and iAcademy, we're not advertising that Tagalog dub. That specific. Okay. So if you're looking for the Yu Yu Hakusho Tagalog dub, make sure it's the real one. Like
it's usually as a full episode.
Yeah. It's definitely not gonna be in parts. It's definitely not gonna be like in cut off parts and then like there's Windows Movie Maker stuff on top of it. Look it up, you know. Oh yeah, moving on. Okay. What were you talking about?
Actually, speaking of the static earlier, my bad. Sorry to return into the topic, but I actually noticed that because the Taguro fight is actually really far into the series.
Oh, did they clean it up by then?
And I watched the Taguro fight earlier in Tagalog Dub, and I realized that they actually got better at the dubbing. Yeah, they cleaned up the static already. And, okay, some of the translations of the words were a little weird, but it was already getting better, but it was still pretty comical.
Oh, curiously enough, because like they didn't do any of like the attack name moves. They didn't do any of the attacks, so I didn't hear any of the localized names. They change? Because like
they changed the attacks. But in the one I was watching,
Yosuke's special attack, in English, of course, it was localized as Spirit Gun, right? So what's it in Tagalog? Like, what did they change it? Did they use the English one or the Japanese one? Sorry? Hello?
What did you say?
Oh
Sorry,
no, okay, okay. Okay, so Yusuke or Eugene's special attack is the Spirit Gun in English, right? So that's what it was localized to. I'm curious if they used the English localization for the name of the attack.
Okay. In the Tagalog Japanese that I was watching, they were just calling it the ray gun.
The ray gun, okay. Is that what did they call it in Japanese?
Yeah. Ray gun.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's also ray gun.
This is for you.
If I remember right.
Wait, isn't Ray Ghost in Japanese?
Because I can distinctly remember Yusuke yelling ray gun in the Japanese.
No, yeah, but I mean, like, I'm wondering if it was like a pun. It's like an intentional pun that they did.
Oh no,
like
it's Ray and Ray, like
R-A-Y-R-E-I. Yeah, in Japanese, R-E-I.
Is it?
Yeah, right.
In Japanese.
It's kind of like
I'm
a
not
funny
sure if they were
coincidence.
saying
But
Ray is in spirit.
I actually thought Ray Gun
is
was like the
spirit.
Tagalog localization. It was like that's what they also used in the parody dub.
Yeah. They're just some weirdly translated Tagalog parts.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Well, what did you find weird?
Like, there's a part where they yell, like, at least in the one I watched, there's a part where they yell, like, supposedly Taguro broke his spirit barrier.
Yeah?
Okay, his spirit barrier. And what he said in the Tagalog dub was something like, sinira niya yung spirit balloon or something. And I'm like, why didn't you already said spirit in English? Why didn't you continue? Why did you turn it into balloon?
We don't even he was
already halfway there.
I've asked a lot of Tagalog teachers. We don't have a Tagalog word for like stuff like barrier, like that, or shield. So we really should have just kept the English word in.
It just bothered me so much. Yeah. But returning to the first. Yeah, okay. But returning to the first episode. For the first episode, it was pretty fun. It's pretty funny also because he follows you seeing Yusuke watching his own death and then reviewing how did this even happen. It was funny in the dub also because he was like, teka, ba't ako nakahiga dyan?
I really like that line. The first line, Eugene, he says in the entire dub. Like me, I have nothing against his, I thought that the Tagalog VA did a good job, like especially in the emotional scenes. But the first was just so one thing. I laughed so.
Yeah.
Really funny. Okay.
So, given the Tagalog though, it came out pretty comical, but it still got the emotions across and the whole message and point of the first episode. So I think it still did a pretty good job.
Yeah, I really like how they did how the voice actors and actresses interpreted how the character should sound in Tagalog, because it's not easy changing a character's voice from another language into your own, because definitely based on like how we say different, how we pronounce words, the character is gonna sound different, right?
Yeah.
I really like how they were able to handle, like, especially like the thing I was really worried with was like the younger girl characters, because like Filipinos, of course, all of us have, since based on how we pronounce our language, we have naturally deeper voices than how people normally sound. And while I thought like some of the girls sounded a bit deeper for how it's supposed to look, I thought like the way they were doing like how they spoke, the cadence and tone was enough to cover for that, and I thought it sounded like good. I thought it kind of fit more the more that they started talking and acting, like with the inflections of the voice and stuff like that. Like the energy to how they delivered the lines, I thought that really made up for the disparity between like how deep the voice sound and how the young character looks.
That's true.
No. Since my first time watching Yu Yu Hakusho, I have to say I really enjoyed how they did the writing and pacing of the first episode, because it really drew me in. I mean, just from like the small glimpses we got of the other characters, even though they were like really short, I thought like I could tell like, this is like what type of person this character is, and this is like probably like the direction they're gonna be heading in the rest of the series, and I'm excited to see that. And I thought it was really clever how they did this first episode. And honestly, I'm kinda interested in comparing how they wrote shonen shows like this before, like in the past, and how they're writing them now. It was like, I feel like since there's only like one action scene in this entire episode, it's like really short, and I'm wondering how well that would like do for like a first episode nowadays, where like a lot of the shonen shows just really get into the action right away. But I feel like it more than makes up for it because of how good the storytelling is and the character development at the start of in the first episode. We already start to see growth in Eugene. And
like showing that he's like he looks like a delinquent, but he's actually like a nice guy. Yeah, that's very good.
I like that. I really like that. Although I'm wondering, why is his uniform like green throughout the entire series? Because he's the only one wearing a green uniform. But is there like a reason for that, or
I don't remember. It's been a while, but I think
because I'm wondering like, did he dye? Did he dye his uniform just for like the look?
Probably, because I mean he's a delinquent. Well, they see him.
I was wondering, like, is that the reasoning behind it?
Probably.
Oh yeah, anything? What about you? What are your like thoughts about the first episode? Coming back to it after seeing the series.
Coming back to the first episode and knowing what happens later on in the series, I think the first episode did a really good job. Like you said, the pacing was really nice, and we're already seeing some character growth. I think I like the way that they introduced it, because like, well, first episodes are really supposed to try and really get the attention of the viewer. I feel like the first episode of Yu Yu Hakusho was actually like a little bit more laid back on that, but at the very least it was keeping you interested, and it was like getting you emotionally invested with Eugene Yusuke, who dies like immediately.
In the first few minutes,
which makes you like want to see, hey, what's gonna happen to this guy next because of your emotional investment, rather than trying to show off too flashily with all these fighting scenes and such without actually feeling anything for the character.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. Also, I find it really, really cool that the episode we reviewed last time was from like a really action-heavy show, and then like from the start, and then like the episode we're reviewing now is the flip side, where it's more focused. For the first episode at least, it was more focused on characters themselves, but still both of them, like despite being like opposite ends of the spectrum, like show just how good like these writers are in telling stories and like how you can make both work. You know, it doesn't have to be like either. Anything else you want to go over for like Ghost Fighter?
No, I don't think so. I don't want to spoil anything for you.
Okay, yeah, I'm actually gonna like if any of you guys are interested in watching Yu Yu Hakusho, especially if like maybe your parents or something like watched it when you were younger. It's actually on Netflix right now. I'm not sure how many episodes they put on Netflix.
Sure, I haven't checked.
But me definitely I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna have to find time to watch it because if it's only the Japanese dub that they put on Netflix, I'm gonna have to. I can't have it on while I work, so I'm gonna have to be able to. I'm reading subtitles. So, but yeah, I'm definitely gonna check it out. I hope the people listening to us right now find it interesting and check it out as well. I think anime fans will really like it, and comic book fans as well, because like of course really. Doesn't matter what you're into, as long as you like a good story, you're probably gonna enjoy it, you know?
Yeah, it's got good storytelling, a lot of action, character development, and yeah.
Alright, yeah. So moving on from that, we'll be going into our sharing segments.
Okay, moving on to our sharing segment. This time from me, we're going to be Tagalog dubbing some funny meme videos. For the first one, it's entitled I'm a Pretty Princess, and it seems to be a spoof from a quest in Skyrim. So now we will start the dubbing in 3, 2, 1. Kuya, soldier ka ba? Balang araw, magiging soldier din ako.
Ganun ba?
Oo, pero hindi. Sabi ni tatay na hindi ko yan kakayanin. Sobrang nagalit ako, pero tama nga siya, prinsesa na lang ako. Binugbog pa nga ako dati ng isang babae. Musta? Pray?
Problema mo, duwag!
Kuya, bubugbugin niya ako. Kita mo yun? Sobrang duwag nga ako. Teka, saan na naman napunta ang aking pitaka? So, for our second meme video, it's going to be called Guess Who? It's supposedly a scene from a cartoon. I'm not quite sure what the name is, but this is a dub by a Korean. Yeah, it's a dub by a Korean. It's a spoof of the dub of the Korean YouTubers Daang Dubs. So, here we go. Guess Who? 1. Ano ang ginagawa ng aking mahal? Ano na naman ang pinag-aabalahan niya? Isurpresa ko nga siya. Hulaan mo!
Ala, sino nga ba? Wala kang singsing sa Silina nga ba to?
Sige, magpatawa ka pa at babaliin ko ang leeg mo.
Nagpapatawa lang na ako.
Sige, maghula ka na nga. Tulog ka.
Ay, nakatulog pala ako. Sobrang pagod na ako sa...
Sagutin mo na ang tanong.
Ano nga pong tanong?
Kulit-kulit mo. Hulaan mo na kung sino ako.
Anong hulaan mo kung sino ako? Ikaw yun, di ba, mahal?
Hi, tignan mo tong pilosopo na to.
Babe, please, bitawan mo na ang aking mga mata. Ang sakit na.
Sino si Babe?
Nagpapatawa ka ba? Sino ba ang aking baby?
Manahimik ka at sabihin mo ang aking pangalan.
Pwede bang call a friend?
Anong call a friend, call a friend?
Ano, isip mo ba na hindi ko talaga alam ang pangalan mo?
Pinapaikot mo lang ang usapan.
Ginagawa mo ba akong sinungaling?
Mahirap bang sabihin ang aking pangalan?
Di ang problema. Ang problema ay hindi mo ako pinapaniwalaan.
Sige, magpatagalan tayo. Bet ko ang aking kaliwang daliri na hindi mo alam kung ano ang aking pangalan. Anong bet mo?
Sigurado kang gusto mong itong gawin.
Takot ka ba?
Di akong dapat natatakot dito.
Nag-astang action hero ka pa, Ano? Ikaw ba si SPO2 Ricardo Dalisay?
Ito na ang huli mong pagkakataon. Bitawan mo na ang aking mga mata.
Pre, ako yung magbibigay ng huling pagkakataon dito, hindi ikaw.
Wala tayong babalikan kung itutuloy mo to. Mas importante pa talaga ito sa'yo?
Sa wakas, may tama ka. Yan talaga ang pinaplano ko. Isa sa atin mamamatay ngayong araw.
Sige, sabay natin sabihin ang lugar na kung saan tayong unang nag-date.
Pre, dyan mo talaga itataya ang buhay mo. Nakakatawa ka talaga.
Bakit? Natatakot ka ba?
Sara mo ang bunganga mo at magsimula na nga tayo.
Isa.
2. Nagdadasal ka ba?
Huwag mo akong patayin. Nais ko lang magsabi ng isang bagay.
Sige.
Gumaspang na ang iyong mga kamay, Eugene Park.
What I actually like about that Guess Who is that the girl's voice in the original keeps changing and it sometimes turns into a guy's voice. I noticed that's a trend. I noticed that happens in several Tagalog Dubs videos.
Wait, is it actually a girl? Because I thought the whole time it was like a guy.
I think it's supposed to be a girl.
No, I meant the actor speaking.
Oh, the actor?
I think it's a guy the whole time, right? Yeah.
I think it's a dude, yeah.
But I really like how they did it. It's so funny.
True.
Yeah, I hope when I hear this back when we hear this back on the final mix, it sounds something like that. I hope we got it. Yeah. I really like that one. That's also the longest one we had here, but it's really fun. I think it's the one I had the most fun with. Especially in translating it, yeah, actually. Yeah, because it's so
it's like
it's so ridiculous. And number 2, it was the easiest one for me to translate out of the 3 things here, because of how well the dialect just changes in Tagalog. It sounds exactly like something you'd hear in like a Tagalog comedy skit or something. It did so well, so it's easy to translate into Tagalog. But that's moving on to our 3rd and final Tagalog dub, in celebration of Wika, we have the hay scene from Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. So we're going from when Miles enters into the school's like or something, I'm not sure that's called, up until the end of that scene.
Alright.
Okay, we're just gonna go ahead and start. I'll start us off, and 3, 2, 1. Kailangan ko na ng bagong pantalon. Sandali. Sobrang lakas ng boses sa utak ko. Ah?
Ay, okay ka lang?
Ba't ako? Pawis na pawis.
Bakit ka pa sasapawis?
Nagbibinata lang ako. Hindi. Nagkakamali ako. Di ako naging binata. Hindi. Naging binata na ako. Ako ay lalaki na. Bagong lipat ka dito rin, di ba? Bagong lipat din ako.
Ganun ba?
Oo, tama. Ako si Miles.
Ako si Guada.
Teka. Guanda ang pangalan mo?
Tama, African ako. South African. Wala nang accent kasi dito ako pinanaki.
Ako mo ang kanyang balikat bago siya umalis. Bakit ako natatakot? Mabagal ba akong kumikilos o ganyan ang pakiramdam?
Nagpapatawa lang ako. Ako si Wanda. Walang G-joke lang.
Musta?
Sige. Kita-kits na lang.
Sige.
Aray! Pwede mo ba akong bitawan? Ow! Relax! Chill ka lang! Aray!
Wow!
Miles, bumitaw ka na.
Pasensya. Kasi nagbibinata
ako. Di ako sigurado na alam mo yung pinagsasabi mo.
Meron akong plano.
Okay.
Biglang hilaan ko ang aking kamay.
Ang klaseng plano yan?
Isa.
Ano yan gagawin?
2.
I actually haven't watched Into the Spider-Verse yet, but seeing that scene was actually really funny when I watched it, when you sent me the reference.
I'm glad you liked it. You should check it out. It's on Netflix, actually. They have it there.
Right.
Yeah, if you have some time, you should check it out. It's really fun. I think you'll like it.
Yeah, I actually put it on the list of things that I'm gonna watch on Netflix. It's just I haven't found the time yet.
Okay. Nice. Alright, so that's it for our Tagalog Dubs. Okay. So, moving on from that, we're going on to our fan challenges. Okay, so moving on to our fan challenges. Today I chose this one. Read famous quotes in a character's voice sent in by Gian. So I prepared a quote. Zuri also prepared a quote. Do you want to go first?
Okay. For the character that I chose, I'm going to try, emphasis on trying, to kind of imitate Junko's English voice, Junko Enoshima from Danganronpa. But, her voice changes a lot, but I'll just try one or so. So for my first quote, it's from Fate's Day Night, said by Mia. Such wise words. People die if they are killed. Beautiful, right? Absolutely beautiful.
Why does it sound like, and why does that fit so well with her character?
Because it's about that. I'll do another one, I guess. So it's a little longer. This one is from Legend of Galactic Heroes. I haven't personally watched it, but I saw this when I was searching for funny quotes, and it was kind of funny. So.
Yeah, it fits well with the last quote.
Yeah. You might have killed millions of people, but at the very least, you made me happy. Nice.
It also fits with her, and I think you did a good job with the impression, actually.
Okay, thank you. Yeah. I just listened to her voice a while ago just to check.
I've only ever heard her voice from Danganronpa memes, so that's the only my only experience with it. But yeah, I think it sounds really close from what I remember.
Okay, thank you. Alright, your turn.
Okay, so I got carried away with mine. Okay, I have a few quotes here. So I took quotes from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure and Adventure for the Sega Dreamcast. I'm doing two characters here, Sonic and Shadow. Okay, so go ahead. Oh, you're approaching me. Instead of running away, you're coming right to me. Even though your friend, Mr. Obama, told you the secrets of Chaos Emeralds. I beat you without getting closer! Faker! I think you're the fake hedgehog around here. I'm really rusty with my shadow.
It's okay, I'm rusty with everything.
But yeah, I hope I sounded close. It was a cold read. I haven't practiced with that. Close to what I was writing. But yeah, that was fun. What did you pick for your fan challenge?
Okay, so I kind of picked this thing sent in by Garen telling us to do beatboxing, but I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to do beatboxing. So I'm going to rely on you, TJ. Pabuhat. But ang lakas mo, TJ.
I also don't know how to do beatboxing. I'm gonna try my best.
Just call a special guest. I can't do it.
I hope I hope Xavier and Boaz can forgive us for what we're about to do here. Xavier and Boaz host the other show that's on this YouTube channel, another podcast where they do music and stuff, and they know how to beatbox. So I hope they forgive me for what I'm about to do. Alright, I guess I'll just try, and you'll go after me.
Alright, I'll try to imitate you, I guess, but I have no guarantee of being able to do it at all.
Alright, I have no idea what I'm doing, but let's give it a try. Let's go. Okay.
Wait, did you actually get like a box or something?
Wait. No, wait. What?
Or is that like... Wait, no, I'm confused.
Wait, is that what you thought we were gonna do?
I don't know what we're doing. I really don't.
It's not.
Oh wait, no, it's just making sounds, right? Yeah.
It's making sounds with your mouth.
Yeah.
Okay. It's using your chords as an instrument. Yeah.
Okay.
No, that's. I think. I think what you're referring to is also called beatbox.
Oh.
Because it's a beatbox. But it's not. It's not. It's confusing to me too. I have no idea what the actual term is, but okay. All right. So, I'll go ahead. I have no idea what I'm doing.
It's okay, man. I don't think I can even copy that. I have no idea how you were doing that at all.
Wait. From the video, I watched a couple videos on it. I don't even know how to explain it. I can't remember. Just try.
I'll just make random sounds, but it's not even gonna be difficult. I can make sounds.
Just go ahead. I think as long as you stay on rhythm, it should be fine.
Oh, no. This was a mistake. Let's change the
the other challenge is even harder.
I'm gonna make one up on the spot, right in the middle. Like, even if I try, it's not right. Because the best sound I can make is like, or something.
Well, I mean,
that's like one noise, and I can't do the rest. I literally don't know what's happening. Wait.
Try the something
like that.
There.
Oh my god, now it's just teach me how to
Yeah, that's one. now you know too. Can you get this noise? It's like
I'll just
together,
hit my table.
kind of like more out. Sure, you have the other two noises anyway. Try me. You can try with that.
Hits the table. Oh my god, I can't make the sound.
Oh no! No, yeah. Give it a try. Let's see what it sounds like.
Man, I'm just gonna try it like once. I don't know.
Sure. Go ahead.
Oh my god, I don't know what's happening.
No, keep it up. You're getting somewhere. You're getting somewhere.
I can't keep it up. I lost the rhythm immediately.
You're getting somewhere.
I was getting somewhere by hitting my table and making a random noise, but then I lost it immediately. Can we just say I did it?
Sure.
Let's just pretend.
Okay.
I'm gonna pretend I did it. I'm not good at this.
No, but we tried it.
I'm sorry,
and that's all that matters. Okay.
Can't even make the sound.
Oh no. The challenges are just getting more specific and harder. I wonder what the next one's going to be for next month.
Have mercy.
Okay, so that's it for our fan challenges.
Now we'll move on to the fan question.
Alright, so I'm gonna just skip through here. We have a lot of joke fan questions. Always happens.
Truly.
Okay, actually here. Looking up here, we have one we can discuss more at length. Number 16. Do you think that the cycle of life and death are like the waiting line when you go for a checkup? You simply just wait until you die. Now, I have no idea who sent this in actually. I think this was during the time when we just gave people the link to the document and people just typed into it. So, we're just gonna go ahead and answer. You wanna go first?
Okay. Well, like if you think of it in like such a big picture, I guess you could say so, but I don't see it that way because for one, it's not like you're just waiting around or so you're doing hopefully you're doing what you want to do with your life, like you're trying out new things or oh my god, my brain just blank. like trying out new things or doing things with your friends, hanging out with your family. It's not like you're not doing anything and you're just waiting to die. It's like you're trying to make the most out of your life before you die. So since death is kind of like, well, it's inevitable in the end, but it's not like, for me, it's not like you're just waiting in line until you die. For me, it's like you go around and do what you want, or try to do what you want, accomplish something, make a mark, have fun, and just live the best life that you can live before you actually, before your time comes. So, yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah, I basically have the same sentiments, but like trying to add to the discussion. I think that in thinking that line of thinking is kind of flawed because it implies that you're waiting for what you're waiting for lies beyond it, and of course, if you're alive, most of the stuff that you would want to do are stuff that need to be done before that happens. So I feel like it's kind of a weird way to think about it, that you're waiting for something after that, when it's more like you have the time to do stuff before you die.
And it's not like when you get a checkup, it's not like it's the end of the world. Usually people are okay.
But yeah. So on from that one. Unless you have anything else you want to add.
No, I think I'm good.
Okay. Which one do you want to pick?
Hello DJ and Saria, kailan kayo maglalaro ng Valorant?
Earl from Earl. Yeah, he's asking me to play that game recently.
This is the first time I was asked.
The game Valorant. It's an FPS shooter game. It's a new one, but they've been having issues because their anti-cheat system is a bit too aggressive, and anything it finds suspicious, it will automatically terminate. And because of that, sometimes it might terminate like important like drivers on your PC or laptop.
Wait, what? Seriously?
Yeah. So like if it finds something like odd about any of your drivers, which naturally I'm sure it would find odd because any of your drivers on your laptop or PC would be like one of the higher up functions, right? Would have control over like a lot of different things. So once it starts to see like, oh, this one looks like it's overreaching or something like that, it's gonna terminate it, and it will cause like your laptop or PC to crash.
Damn.
They fixed it, and that's why Earl's asking.
Well, for me, I don't play first-person shooters because I think my aim sucks. So I probably won't even though it gets fixed. So yeah.
I'm kind of busy right now with my own projects, and really the only time I have to play, I spend it on either playing, trying to get all on Doom Eternal and playing with you guys on ITV or GTA 5 with GN. So I'll make time for it because like I don't want to play with you guys online. So I'll probably prioritize it over any of the single player games I play, and then I'll just go from there, I guess.
Nice.
So one more question for this episode. No, not that one. Fine, we can do that one.
So, from Garrett and Gian, and add my sentiments in. When do you plan to sleep, DJ?
Okay, well, first off, I've actually, ever since all of the school projects have been gone, I've been getting all the sleep I need already. So no need to worry about it. Because I have the time to myself, and there's no deadlines or stuff, so I can easily manage my schedule.
That's good.
So I'm good. I'm good.
For context for everyone else, TJ is usually staying up very late, and sometimes he's like, he hasn't slept or he's running on super few hours of sleep, so he's usually really sleepy or out of it, like back when we were at school.
I like to go overboard with like the school projects. I spend a lot of time on them, so I rarely sleep during school season. But yeah, no, I'm good.
That's good. A message for all our viewers: please don't overexert yourselves during school season. Even if you're trying to make a very good project, I'm pretty sure you can still make a very good output if you get enough sleep. That way, you'll be able to think clearer with a clear mind, and you might be able to articulate yourself in a better way.
That's the big brain strategy to school. So you got now you're playing with power. Okay, yeah.
So that's all for our fan mail today.
Wait, I just wanna highlight this one because like it's been here ever since before the midnight, and I just wanna get through it before.
Okay.
So number 11 on our question list was Creeper, sent in by yes. Oh man.
There we go.
There we go. Now that's done with. Not gonna sit there anymore. Alright, so that's it for our fan questions. And
that's probably 1 hour.
See you next time, guys.